I would.
I already got one.
You have one. What's up, everybody? All right, so we're in episode number 45. This is Leo Vasquez, myself, Scotty Mac behind the scenes, and we're going to close out 2021. Leo, what's up, man?
Oh, man, not much, man. 2021, wow. So, I don't know. I'll try to be brief with it, but chaotic, the pandemic, sporting leagues and events were shutting down. Obviously, it affected racquetball as well. So the plan is to go into the whole 12 months of racquetball, just kind of go through it. We've got, we, meaning us, lots of notes, pages of stuff to go through. So before we get to that, though, there's some breaking news that came out on the internet. Suds, you want to fill us in on it?
Yeah, Pablo Farhe has been named the IRT commissioner. They switching it up a little bit. Pablo's been around a really long time. I texted Pablo earlier to come on in, but he wasn't feeling great. So, Pablo, on behalf of myself, Veronica, Beyond the Court, we just want to say, all the best. Good luck to you. Good luck to the IRT. We know you bring a lot of different things to potentially help the tour and ultimately help the sport, which is what we want to see. So, Pablo, feel better. And, we look forward to seeing what you can do, what you can do different, Pablo. So IRT, all the best to the players. Best of luck with that. And what a way to end the year, huh, Leo? You have a new commissioner of the IRT.
Congratulations, Pablo. I agree. Probably almost a no-brainer. Pablo has been involved in racquetball for so many years on so many levels. So congrats to Pablo. I'm looking forward to, seeing what he brings to the table for the IRT. It's always kind of cool when you bring somebody new in, because then they can kind of add their own style, their own flavor. So congrats, Pablo. You're definitely the man for the job. And if you know Pablo, go check it out. There's a press release on the IRT Facebook page, and you can read the whole press release there. All right, so let's get down to it, because we got a lot of notes. And also I want to remind everybody that's watching, if you're watching live online right now, comment down in the chat box if you have a question for Sudsy and I about any of these hot topics. This is not months. Really our hot year.
Hot year. Yeah, Leo's really good at that. You're really good at that, Leo. You're really good at engaging the fans and the people watching. I love that. Scotty Mac has actually showed me a way to, when I go live doing my on-court stuff, how to engage the fans. He even told me like the armband to buy and where the phone goes, and I could answer questions because I always have a microphone on. But I haven't done that yet. Maybe in 2022 we'll start doing that. But yeah, thank you. We did this. It was really quick, impromptu. For all of you that are watching, no lies. Scotty Mac and Leo, myself, this morning, we said, hey, we gotta do it. Is it year? Time out, by the way, for anybody watching live. Is it year in review or year end review? Whichever it is, we're going. I think
let's do a contest with that.
Yeah, year in.
Contest with that.
Go ahead.
They can vote in or end.
Okay.
And then we'll just do a random Facebook drawing. There's no right or wrong answer.
Okay.
Are you okay with this?
I'm good. Yeah, go. Keep going.
Let's
I want to know what you're giving away.
We're giving away a Sudsy Monchik shirt.
Oh, there you go. All right, we'll do that. Yeah. Roll out. Jonathan Clay will gladly send a shirt out to the winner of that. So go ahead. Keep going with that.
Yeah, let's do that. So leave your comments or leave your in review or end review in the comment. Let's get right to it. All right, January 2021.
January 2021. Go ahead.
Beginning of the year.
Yep.
Sam Murray will never forget where he was. He won his first IRT event. I know you remember it. I've always heard it's a special club. At the Savant Consulting Pro-Am, he defeated Conrado Moscoso in the finals. 11-9 breaker. So a great match. He became the 41st player to win an IRT event. And he beat some big names along the way, Mar, DLR, Londa, and then of course beating Conrado in the final. So what do you think about that month of January for Sam Murray?
I was there. Amazing event. Jason Chan out in Lilburn, Georgia at the Rec Atlanta. It was awesome. And let me tell you, Sam Murray, look at the players he beat. I remember when he played Alex, right? My partner, my brother in the semis, 11-10 breaker. That wasn't an easy one. A lot of times, Leo, where players win, maybe somebody forfeits, somebody gets hurt, somebody doesn't show, and you kind of get a cakewalk in. But listen to those names you just said, man. Sam Murray, he earned that victory. I hope I was one of the first to tell him. I was there in person. I said, "Welcome to the club." It's kind of a thing we do. Anybody that's ever won a tier one. And he played outstanding. He continued to play great all year. And yeah, Sam Murray, congrats. That was a huge January win. Now let's see if you can follow it up with something, though. We always say that it's good to win one. What do you got?
I like it. I like his chances going into here. We are going to be coming up on a year later, because that's going to be what we're going to touch on in 2022, because that event's coming back up. Donald Williams bringing that event back. So, that would be awesome to see Sam come in there and defend his title. I got a question for you. Do you remember your first IRT Pro Singles win, and where was it?
Oh, I could tell you as if it just happened 10 minutes ago, or it was in Portland, Oregon, and it was the Pro Nationals, the Rose Festival, and I came in as the 11th seed, and I was 19 years old. I was full of piss and vinegar, and the truth was I wasn't going to go to that event, Leo. It was. Remember when Houston, the national singles, was at the end of May, and then the Pro Nationals was the beginning of June. It was the first week. And John Ellis, Ellie, and I, super close, and a bunch of us, Ellie was already there, and Ellie was really already a professional at that point, about a year or two into the Pro Tour. And I was in Houston, and sorry, I don't know if you hear the fireworks, guys. I'm sorry, they're starting early. So, for New Year's here. So yeah, Leo, true story. I'm in Houston. At the airport. This is when travel was a little bit easier to change and flights and stuff. And Ellie, I'll never forget. He's like, "Hey, if you want to be a pro, you have to come to the Pro Nationals." We talk about it and laugh about it to this day. He just wanted me to come to the event to hang out because we're boys. And I went in there, and I had a good run. I arrived late. I'm getting the chills, man, talking about it right now, because I remember it. Again, 19, full of piss and vinegar. Hank Marcus's event. We were supposed to play for a car. That's when VCI Volkswagen was given a car. And
Who'd you
Hank
play?
Marcus.
Who'd you play along the way?
It was Mike Ray in the first round, Egan Inouye, Tim Doyle, Drew Catchnick. Yeah, it was quite the run. It was interesting. I forgot the qualifier. No disrespect, because I had one match into Mike Ray, and Mikey Ray had finished number one at some point at that time, and then I played Egan, and then Tim Doyle, and then Drew, who upset Cliff.
How far was that into Drew's career when Drew was number one in the world? Do you remember?
I'm not sure. I want to say maybe Drew. Do you know what year Drew finished number one? Like
I
a
have to
year or
look it
two
up.
before. Yeah, a
Yeah.
year or two
So
before.
it's
But,
after.
it was after. Drew was always tough, but I'll never forget, man. The stands were just packed. And you know who actually was a commentator? Mike Yellen. Mike Yellen and Hank Marcus did the commentary for a
For your
local
match?
television station. Yeah. And at the Molten Home Athletic Club in Oregon, they had these bleachers that went, I don't know, I want to say 15, 20 rows up the whole glass side wall of the court. And then, of course, the back wall. But it felt like there was just, 1,000 people there watching and going crazy. And I remember looking back now, at 19, and I'm sure Kane and Cliff, who have, won pro subs at that age, you think you knew everything and how great you were. But I can tell you, looking back, I didn't know nothing. I was just fast and explosive and powerful, and trying to rip balls, and I had nothing to lose, so I just kept bringing it. And I remember that was my first one.
Well, thanks for sharing that, and congrats to Sam again. What a way to start the year. Let's roll right into February.
All right.
Unfortunately, February, there wasn't much news at all, because if you remember, that's when the pandemic really started picking up. Tournaments were canceled. There was no national doubles due to the pandemic. There were no IRT events. There were no LPRT events. All the way up into March. We went into March, same thing. USA Racquetball had to cancel collegiates and high schools. IRT, no events. LPRT, no events. So that was kind of a time when people just didn't know what was going to happen. Things got better. We get into April. All right. April, you kicked things off in April. That was the birth of the first experience in Vero Beach with you and Kane. Give us a recap on how that went.
Yeah, it was adult. I just want to say, by the way, back to January, Alex and I also won the pro doubles in that event. So that was the first, that was a great event for us. We had to play Conrado Moscoso and his partner, Kadeem Carrasco. Then we played Jake Bredenbeck and Sam Murray in the semis. And then we beat Sebastian Franco and Eduardo Garay. But, that was a fun one too for Alex and I. So
how were the finals? What was the score? You remember?
Yeah, we went breaker. We should have won in 2. No offense, love you guys. But yeah, I think we had Eduardo and Sebastian like 14-11 or something in the second, and they came back and beat us, and then we won the breaker. But it was a good one. Those guys are good, tough players. Yeah, so April 2021, Kane and I started talking actually in January at that event, at the event that Sam Murray won. And we could tell there was a lot of like what ifs, right, Leo? Like we were all in that same boat. Where are we going? Racquetball, indoors, pandemic, are we wearing masks? Are we not? And Florida at the time, I was visiting often with Shane DeWitt. And, we were working together and playing a lot of racquetball. And I saw that they were a little bit more open than other places. And I had said to Kane, I said, hey, what if we do like in our vision, kind of an invitational, camp where we invite players, invite being translation, there was a fee to be part of it, and play with them and let them be part of what it's like to hang out with you, Kane, and myself for a weekend, and really build it, not your traditional camp or clinic. As don't call it a camp, don't call it a clinic ever. And it was super successful. We're grateful for that.
It sold out quick. It sold out very quickly.
Under 24 hours. Under 24 hours. We did it in April 2021. It was amazing. The first 12, nobody can ever take that away. We gave everybody a chance to, play with us, which we're continuing to do. We're going to play. We're going to compete together. You're going to get to know us and get to know everybody on a different level, because a lot of times, you don't really know us, right? You just kind of watch us play. And Kane less than me, because Kane's out there less than I am, socially. But we thought, and then when we built and put it together, and I see Cyrus, Cyrus is on there. What's up, buddy? He was part of the first 12. It was an experience, and that was ultimately it. If you're looking for, I'll tell you this, anybody that's considering joining an experience, Leo, if you're looking for elbow up, set your feet, swing like this, torque, racket prep, we don't do that. It's all organic. It's hanging out, playing, competing, balling, getting to know each other, and be friendly. And Scotty Mac, thanks for all of what you've done in that one. And of course, Veronica, Allie, you all played a major role behind the scenes as well.
Nice. Well, when's the next one? Really quick. Since we're
January 28, 29, 30, Vero Beach, Florida. We're actually opening up 2 spots. So if anybody wants to, jump in, go to kaneandsudsy.com or contact at kaneandsudsy.com. And if you want to be part of it, let's go. Let's do it. Kane and I will be hosting again in Vero Beach, Florida. It's hot out here. I got the air on in the house.
Yeah, it looks hot. Yeah, we'll touch on that at the end of the show when we get into just a couple things in 2022. All right, let's roll along with April. April was the first event for the LPRT in 2021. It took them that long to have an event. It was the Sweet Caroline Open in Greenville, South Carolina. Usual, Paola did it again, came in, everybody had the long layoff. She came in, she won the singles and the doubles. IRT has not had an event up to that point yet. So for any kind of competition, it was just the LPRT. The Pan Am Championships were canceled. They were, you've played those. They were supposed to be held in April in Santa Cruz, Bolivia. They postponed those until September. So April, not much going on. Just those couple things there. Let's roll right into May. We're into May now. May had a lot of hype behind the U.S. National Championships Festival in St. Louis. But unfortunately, May is when USA Racquetball made the announcement to postpone or cancel or whatever you want to call it. It was supposed to be held in St. Louis. They were going through a mask mandate. And all I'll say is I heard one story and then I heard another story. I heard you did have to wear masks. I heard you didn't have to wear masks. I heard it was a county, the county was requiring it. The club wasn't requiring it. So, tough thoughts on that. It was bad news. I didn't like it. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, USAR there was a little ambitious. You and I know a little bit more than most, which, we can and cannot disclose. But at the end of the day, I think they were a little ambitious. I thought that the cancellation was obvious. I think that was going to happen, well before the actual notification. And at the end of the day, I hope that the racquetball family's okay with it. Nobody got hurt. They didn't lose any money, and they're still playing ball. But yeah, it was a tough year. Those couple months were difficult, no doubt. But like again, Leo, here we are, and I get it. But when do we get over COVID? COVID is the problem, right? Hey, how about this? Let's just do everything in Florida or Texas, and we won't have to worry about that. We won't have to worry
Yeah.
about cancellation. But it's not that easy. It's not that easy. You and I know it. It's not. Logistically, you can't just say, "Oh, we'll go to a state that is more lenient." I don't know what word is proper in this sense, but there's obviously a lot of logistics, and USAR worked really hard. I think they tried really hard to make it happen, but obviously it didn't. And we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, national singles, national doubles, and the juniors are supposed to be a festival. I love ideas. I like the freshness. I like what Connor's trying to do to the sport. He's just not doing the same old, same old. So, we'll get to Connor in a little bit because he actually pulled off an event. All right, so May, really not much going on. Like I said, we were still, up and down on this pandemic. It was a crazy year for us. So we move into June. And June for me and for the whole racquetball world was really only one event. Again, LPRT. They had the teamroot.com Supermax Slam. I know you were there.
Yeah.
I've been every year. I'll never miss that event. It's in Overland Park, Kansas. Randy Root loves the LPRT, loves racquetball, period.
Loves racquetball, indoor and outdoor.
And I talked to we both talked to Randy, but the thing that resonates with me was we were coming out of trying to come out of a pandemic, and the women had not been working.
Correct.
And Randy felt like these women deserved a paycheck, and that just kind of resonated with me. It was more than just a sponsor of a tournament. He knew that these ladies, they play this sport for a living, and that they haven't been working. And so that was his thing. And man, it was awesome. We do it at the Jewish Community Center, Monse Mejia. And we'll get to that later. But biggest upset of the year for me, biggest win of her career. She beat Paola in the finals of the women's pro singles. She also won the doubles, which is, it's pretty tough to do too, winning the singles and the doubles. With the prize purse that Randy put up, Suds, Monse took home over $11,000 between the singles and the doubles combined. What do you think about all that?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, that's more than, Kane winning the men's singles and doubles at the US Open. And it's funny, right? And Leo, you'll appreciate this because we know Randy a little more personally. So I texted him before we did the show, and I said, "Hey, what are the chances?" Is he coming on? I said, "What are the chances of you jumping on with Leo and I, just to talk real quick?" What do you think his response was? Just no. So I called him. He just wrote no. So I call him and I just go, "Hey, you made me laugh out loud." I said, "So we're going to give you a little shout out, but Randy Root, unbelievable in Overland Park, Kansas. And you've been to his lab, so you see the hard work he puts in. It's incredible. He's the best in the country at what he does. He loves the sport. And yeah, to your point, it's never about him. He always says, hey, those ladies are amazing. They work their butts off. You know what? I got to get them back on the court because that's how they make a living. And
Yep.
He's helped me. He's brought me there. He's brought you there. He really cares about the sport. He cares about people that care about it. And Randy, the entire sport owes you a debt of gratitude. But for the event, it would be cool for players and fans that are anywhere in that area, right? I mean, there's St. Louis, Iowa. There's a bunch of places you can go to Overland Park and just come watch the event. If you can get to it, it's going to be in June again. I just spoke to
Yep.
him. He's doing it in June. And when he says he's doing it, he's doing it. So, June, they'll do that again. But how about, right, like that money? And a big part of that to me is like, that's a big event and Muncie goes and wins it, like,
And beats Paola.
interesting, isn't it? Interesting, right?
In the finals. And yeah, we can't say enough about Randy. He has done so much to support racquetball, and he's done so much for me at USA Racquetball. He's bought me equipment. I got to be careful about what I say on air with
Sure,
Randy,
yeah.
because I've made comment, oh man, I wish I had this or this little camera here. And then,
Right,
Randy,
right.
he
It's in
loves
the
to
mail.
support the sport. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's also not forget about the $100,000 donation that he made to USA Racquetball. And I will say that for those of you that kept up with that, it was $100,000 and it was a little extra. And that little extra was for me. So thank you so much, Randy. You're very much appreciated. Teamroot.com. Can't wait to go. I'm sure you'll see some information on it coming out soon with the dates and the promo. So, and congrats to Muncie. That's a huge 2021 for her. Huge win. All right, let's move into July. July.
Oh, I don't like July. Oh, all right,
Why?
go ahead.
Why? Oh,
Well, because I got this COVID thing in July, man. I couldn't go play national doubles with my boy. The seed was done, and I'm like waiting until the last second. I'm like, I'm gonna be okay, and was not.
we'll get
You
to
wanna hear
that.
about
That's coming up. In order, though, for the dates, the Team Root Outdoor Nationals at Marina Park was a big event in July as well. That was kind of still coming off where we could finally start to see some men's professional, more players. So hats off to those guys that pulled that off. Obviously, the big talk was whether it's indoor or outdoor, the outdoor guys, they love to yap. And it was Micah Rich and Jason Guys, Fat Lefty, winning the doubles. And then I think what was Michelle De La Rosa and Carla Munoz won the women's pro doubles. So hats off to Rich and Geis. They took it, they won it. Everybody thought that maybe Daniel and Alvaro were going to go in there and do their thing. But what are your thoughts on that event?
Yeah, I mean, something that jumps out at me, and I don't know if I should be saying this because I don't want Randy's messages. Well, they already blow up, and he already knows. So we were talking about it, and I go, Randy, so you're sponsoring that outdoor event? And he said, yeah. He's very, very short spoken, and I go, why? And I didn't mean it like you shouldn't, right? I was just like, why? How did that come up? And you know what his answer was? Because so and so asked me to. That was it. Literally, that simple. So the guy again who's making this event, that event doesn't happen without Randy. And it's great. I love seeing the outdoor. I love the outdoors. I love the edge that the quote unquote outdoor players have. But like, can we stop, everybody? We all play racquetball. Maybe I play a little more indoor than outdoor, but let's do it. Let's serve it up outdoor, And then they get mad if I say, well, the best indoor players usually win the outdoors. They do. Like, I get it. No offense. You guys are amazing. You're amazing athletes. You're amazing racquetball players. But the biggest difference is, a lot of the indoor guys, we have the racket in our hand. That's our job, right? Like, that's what we do. So in a way, it's like, we better win, Alvaro or Daniel or Kane and Ben. Like, we're angry if we don't win outdoor versus anyone. To us, it's just racquetball. We love racquetball. We love racquetball. Like, can we stop the separation? Leo, when can we do that? When can we say it's racquetball?
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. The outdoor guys.
Why?
They're a different breed.
Come on.
They.
Well, then don't be. They're great guys. They're awesome. They're like old school indoor racquetball players in a way. Like party on and let's ball.
There's just because indoor gets a little bit more media, there are some incredible athletes that play outdoor, and you just don't know their names. If you're not in the outdoor, if you're in the outdoor game, you know who they are. If you're in indoor and you don't follow outdoor, you wouldn't know these guys. In fact, you may even look at them and go, really? Yes, really.
Yeah,
You know what
really.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
So kudos to Rich and Geis. You know, they made it happen. Big win for
Phenomenal.
them. And then we move into the event that Connor Shane pulled it off. No one thought that he could do it. You know, he had to cancel the festival in May, and which was in St. Louis, and then they had to find a facility and a local organizing committee. So we had the junior championships and US team qualifier only. There were no amateur events. We were kind of still coming out of the, you know, into the pandemic. So, you know, masks and social distancing, you know, we're at a YMCA, they have strict rules. So just to, and we'll get to that later, just to field what we needed to field for competition. We had a junior championships and an adult championships. You obviously did not get to go and play and play with Alex and defend your title. Did you have to? Was that an event going to be a requalifier for you to be on the team?
Yes, that's why I
Okay.
wasn't at the World Championships. Yeah, that would have been our
Okay.
event.
So you know, it went off. I thought it went off good, considering it was only competitors that were wanting to play for an opportunity to play for the US team. And the other great thing about this event is it was still open to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you were a high level player, you could still try to go compete in the US team qualifying division. So they just didn't have the lower skill levels, but it was a great event. What are your thoughts on the championships that happened in July?
I was pissed. No, I'm just kidding. It was, you know, I was disappointed. I think it was, they got it done. They figured it out. They got racquetball out there. They had the event, the national event. Um, there was a lot of talk behind the scenes of don't do it, don't do it. But at the end of the day, Leo, you know, they had the event. I was disappointed because personally, right? But it's
What
not
happened to
about
you?
me. I got COVID. I tested positive for COVID on July 7th. And there was a lot of nonsense and quite frankly, bullshit stuff. Oh, he just doesn't want to play. Hey, listen, if I wanted to like boycott USAR, trust me, I would say it. I didn't go
Yeah.
because I got COVID. I was bad. I had 101 fever for like 10 days, you know, and I'll never forget, you know, I tested positive on July 7th. And the doctor said, I said, well, what do I do? He goes, go home. He said, only come back, and I quote, if you can't control your fever or you're having trouble breathing. I was like, all right. So I went home, and it was about a week out before I changed my flight twice, which cost a couple bucks at the time, believe it or not, because I changed it to the next day, like 24 hours later to 24, thinking, all right, I'll get there. And yeah, I just couldn't, man. It sucked. It was a rough run. And, you know, so we couldn't play. The draw was done. Alex and I were already seeded one. Hey, kudos to USAR for actually redoing the draw at the last second, because otherwise, you know, it would have been a no-show by the number one seed. So, you know, and I know we'll talk about it later, but in February, Alex and I will get a chance to go defend our title. And I'll say defend because the last time we were on that court in that tournament, we won. So we'll see what
Nice.
happens.
So kudos to Connor, USA Racquetball, Mike Waddell, Renee Gundolf, all the local organizing people that were involved with that event. Thanks for pulling off that championships. I had a blast. I was there. I did the live streaming. I love it. You guys know that. The IRT was there streaming the US team qualifying matches. I love that. That took a lot of pressure off me. But then I added more pressure by just setting up the Randy Root Bluetooth HD camera on the court next to me, and I streamed two courts at the same time. So, but it was a great event. I'm glad we got to play some racquetball in July, which brings us to August, and which may lead us into our next guest. So August, we were really finally starting to see some activity, and Jim Heiser and his crew put on
You could bring the guests in whenever you want, Leo. They are in the waiting room. It's on you.
You can bring him in while I'm talking because we're going to go right into him. So Jim Heiser and staff put on the World Singles and Doubles Open Championships. It was in Highlands Ranch, Colorado, a beautiful facility. A lot of us have been there before. Heiser made it US Open-esque. Okay, he brought in drapery. He had vendor booths. he had obviously the IRT was there, and they were streaming, and he put up all this money, and he had the LPRT there, and he did singles and he did doubles, mixed doubles, and as you guys can see right there on the camera, this is when the run for DLR started, because he won the next 3 IRT events in a row. Alex won the singles. And there he is. Thanks for joining us, DLR. How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Hey, congratulations. Thanks for joining us on our year in review. We're going to jump right into it, man. What was it that was in you that started that run? You know, you came in to Denver, you know, you're talking high altitude, first IRT event in a while for you. Take us back to that time in August for you, and tell us a little bit about how you were feeling.
Well, it was really nice. First of all, I was really excited to go back to the court and play. I mean, it's like, oh man, everybody been waiting for it to go back in the court and compete and see my friends, and then I was, basically what it was. I was excited. I was really excited to be in that event. So, and it came out great. I mean, I played doubles with mixed with Michelle, and then we lost. But I mean, we kind of like, we of course we're angry and everything, but I mean, we're excited that, okay, we go back to the court. We gotta settle down and then just enjoy the rest of the tournament. So, and that's what I did. I basically just enjoy it.
Nice, man. So now that we're done with that part, how are you, man? How have you been doing? What's going on?
Good, man. I've been doing good. I mean, I'm in Arizona right now. I've been enjoying my kids. I've been enjoying the holidays with them, and then I just been busy. I just been enjoying them, and like, it's just amazing seeing my kids grow.
Hey, yeah, Daniel, first off, Daniel, I got to tell you thank you, because I did text you. It's fun to tell the viewers, you know, it's like, I did text you like a couple hours ago, and I said, hey, can you jump on? Can you jump on? And Leo, Daniel's like, yep, you got it, buddy. I'll be there. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. You know, you had an amazing kick-ass year. You played outstanding. I like it better when you play intense like you do and focused, and you know, you don't. I'll call it Alvi, where like, you know, you kind of chill, and like, I like when you're just focused and you want to go win and beat everybody. But I got to ask, you know, a lot of people want to know, do you think pickleball has helped your racquetball game?
You know what? It's kind of weird, because it does help me a little bit more to get more patience. That's one of the things that I see a little bit more in on the pickleball game, moving to racquetball. And yeah, I mean, like I say, it's kind of weird, because a lot of people ask me the same question. It's like, hey, pickleball is helping you with your racquetball game, and I was like, to be honest with you, not really. It's like, racquetball is helping me to get better than pickleball now that I've been training more in racquetball. So it's just been an amazing year. It was amazing. It's been an amazing year for me.
Now, Leo,
hey,
Leo, I gotta tell you right now, Daniel knows this already. You got to take over this conversation, because we have an ongoing thing. You know, I text him and I'm like, I'm not talking to you until you're number 1 in the world in pickleball. So can you actually take over? Because I can't talk to Daniel anymore until he's number 1 in pickleball also.
I was just going to ask him if he had to pick pickleball, racquetball, or golf. Which one would you play first?
My family.
Ah, I love it.
I know where that is.
So I enjoy every single sport. You know, I just enjoy it. Just the only thing is just find the time, you know, manage my time now with work and family, pickleball, kids, racquetball, kids. It's just busy. I mean, I haven't played golf in like a month and a half, and then I'm gonna go play tomorrow with my old buddies right here in Arizona. So I'm pretty excited. So everybody now is talking trash, because before they couldn't beat me. So now that I haven't played, it's like, how much we're gonna put on the side, how much we're gonna bet, and what is the team where it's like, oh man, nice, already talking crap about it. So
yeah, my money's still on you, Daniel. I'm not worried about that. You'll figure out a way to win. Like, here's how I see it, Leo. first couple holes, Daniel's kind of feeling himself out. You know, he's dialing in his driver, he's dialing in his irons and his putter. And then when it all matters, he's just going to hit the shot. And they're going to be, you were lucky. And he's gonna be like, no, I wasn't. I just set you up, like, you know, throwing the bait out there.
The bait at it.
Yeah. Hey, Daniel, what about, you know what's pretty cool? That Williams commercial, the Donald Williams commercial, you know, where you kind of, what's up with that? I know Donald has helped you a lot, and you know he does a lot for racquetball. What's your relationship with Donald? And tell us a little bit about that.
Oh my God, Donald is an amazing guy. He always been like such a huge supporter for me and also for racquetball in Atlanta. So he's been a sponsor on other Roman racquetball players. But yeah, Donald has been amazing. I just want to say thank you. I don't know how much I appreciated his friendship and everything. But yeah, after I won the US Open, he's like, hey, I want you next week here in Atlanta, filming a commercial. I don't care. I need you here. And I was like, done. Like, I'll go. And then I had so much fun. I really know how much fun. I did this commercial with this guy. His name is George something. And he's one of the top personal trainers in the world, basically. He trains a lot of the celebrities. He's like, oh my God, he's just such a cool dude. And then I had the opportunity to film a funny commercial with him. It was kind of awesome. So I'm really thankful for Donald and also Williams Accounting for make that happen.
Hey, before we let you go, Daniel, though, I just want to touch up real quick too, man. September, you won the Chicago event. I know you felt good about going into that, but let's go into October really quick and fast forward there for us. Just take us back just for a moment and tell us how amazing that was for you. There were so many things going on at the US Open, so many things that you made happen. First Mexican player to finish, number one, winning the US Open. Take us back and tell us how special that was for you, man.
Oh, it was amazing. It really was amazing, especially because my kids are right there. So it's something that I've been dreaming since I was a kid. And like everybody as a racquetball player growing up and watching all these matches, you want that. You want to win the biggest tournament of the year. And then and everybody was asking me, hey, how you feeling about it? Everybody's been asking me a lot of questions, putting a lot of more pressure on you. Hey, this year's yours. But I didn't pay attention to it. I'm just going to focus and do my job. And then say, hey, who you want to play? It's like, listen, I don't really care who I'm playing with. I'm just gonna do my job. That's what I'm here for. And then like I told the microphone and then US Open. I do this one for the fans and also for my family. My kids are right here, and my kids don't even pay attention. They are freaking playing swords with my rackets on the back of the court. But it's amazing. After that, it took me maybe a couple of days to hit on me, like, oh, I'm the US Open champion, and I become the number one in the world. Yeah, and literally it hit when I was just by myself, like walking through like a store. I was walking through a store and I was like, huh, I just literally won the US Open, and then I'm the number one. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like I feel like, oh, that feels amazing. That's really good. But yeah, and then as soon as I go back home, and I was like, I forget about it. I literally forget about it and just enjoy my family, like I always do.
You don't ever forget about it, Daniel. It's a special event. We always talk about it. That club is tight and small, and every year, historically, that's why there's only 5 of us or 6 of us now that have ever won that event in 25 years. It always seems, and Leo, you've been there also from the beginning. It's always the best player, in that year that wins that event. It's never like an upset or a surprise. It's the player that plays the best. And that was much deserved, Daniel. I watched every point, and it was pretty awesome. And you deserve that. And, before we let you go too, Leo, I do want to ask Daniel, a little birdie told me you had made a statement and a goal about 2022 before we ask you your goals of 2022 on the racquetball court. But I'm not going to say names. I'll just call him maybe your big brother, my brother, and we'll just call it what it is. His name's Alvaro Beltran. So Alvi told me yesterday that you had said you don't want to lose a match in 2022, and that's pretty awesome. What are your goals? What are your goals for 2022?
Well, I'm gonna just like I say, I'm gonna getting ready a little bit more harder because I know that I've been playing a little bit more. I'm gonna play less pickleball now this upcoming year because I'm gonna focus a little bit more on racquetball. And then yeah, I mean, I told Alvaro, and also I told Alvaro, hey, Alvaro, you better get ready because I don't want to lose any match with you and stuff like that. And then yeah, that's a little different mental set that I'm getting ready for the 2022. And everything comes with behind the scenes, you know, everything is gonna come with my training, with my physical and my game and everything. But yeah, I have such a really good support behind me. I mean, Daryl and Daryl Key, Karen Key, and also I have somebody else over there. And then I have a personal trainer. I have George Bustos in Texas because right now I'm in Texas and Arizona, back and forth. And then of course the support of my family and all my friends is one thing that is keeping motivating me.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Daniel, good luck in Georgia. I know that'll be the next IRT event coming up. And Happy New Year. Happy holidays, man. Tell Michelle and the kids the same from me at least.
Thank you.
And thanks for jumping on. Suds, you want to say goodbye before we let Daniel go?
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate you jumping in here. I know, you got time with the family. It's downtime. Have an amazing Happy New Year, Feliz Año. And I'll probably see you in a few weeks. All right.
Thank you so much, guys. And I can't wait to see you guys, everybody. And then bye for everyone who's watching at home.
Kick all those guys' asses in golf tomorrow, okay? And don't talk to me until you're number one in the world.
I will, for sure.
Later.
Bye.
Nice. That's kind of cool. Had the champ check in.
That was a nice little pop in. Anybody else back there? Scotty Mac. I know, Leo, we're running down. What month are we in?
We are in August, moving into September. September, we had the Pan American Championships officially were supposed to be held from the postponement, and September they did not happen. But we did have an IRT event. We had the IRT KWM Gutterman Shamrock Shootout in Chicago. We kind of briefly, talked about that. Daniel won the second IRT Pro singles event there. So not much in September, and then we moved into October. The U.S. Open, of course, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but we don't want to keep our guests waiting.
Oh, do we have a guest? I mean, I like when Scotty talks in our ear because I feel more official when he's like, "Hey, so and so's in here," but he's putting it through the group messaging. So he said, "Let's wait till we get to December for obvious reasons," and I'm okay with that. Let's go. Let's hammer out October, November, and then we'll get to December and bring that person in.
Let's do it. So the 25th anniversary of the U.S. Open, you guys all know about it. It was the biggest event of the year. It was Doug Gannum's last event as the tournament director. Yeah, USA Racquetball will be taking that event over. So we're just waiting on more information from USA Racquetball on that. Any thoughts really quick on the US Open before I go?
Yeah, not talked about enough. Doug Gannum not being part of the event is huge. Let's hope that USAR pulls this off. We're all rooting for them. Obviously, there's this cloud of negativity that, online, social media, and people like to talk a lot. And a lot of it's accurate. There's a lot of people that have accurate info, which is interesting. But besides that, we hope nothing but the best for the US Open. And if Connor and USAR can pull it off to the level of Doug Gannum, wow. If they can't, hey, so be it. That's a tall task. But I hope it does happen. Losing Doug is huge. Doug's not too far from me, actually, and he's golfing also. He's a scratch golfer, so he's doing well. And I'm looking forward to it, and I would be super happy to see it even close to the level we've seen it for the last 25 years, but it may take a little bit of time. Leo, you've been around a long time too. I mean, that tournament's the Super Bowl, the World Series, the Stanley Cup of racquetball. Do you think they can pull it off in what is it now, 10 months, the way that we've seen it?
Nice blueprint there. Doug Gannum, Connor was there for months, and for about a month there, he's been shadowing Doug, even from distance afar. So we'll see about that part. One other thing that I can't go on without mentioning about the U.S. Open was Kane's withdrawal. That was huge news. That sent shockwaves through the sport.
Sure.
Not to take anything away. You and I talked about this. We're trying to keep things positive on the year, but hey, that was a big shocker. That's Kane's tournament. Everybody was there, to see who could beat Kane. That's what it's come to. I think that's what it's come to now is, he's proven, that he is, one of the best is the best in the world. Everyone has their argument. Everyone talks about you. Everyone talks about Cliff. Everyone talks about Hogan. The cream of the crop, and everyone has their favorite. But I think he had done enough to be up in that same air with you guys. But I think it did turn into going to the U.S. Open and see who was going to beat Kane. So we don't have to get into what about all that, but that sent shockwaves. What did you think and feel and when you heard and all this happened?
Yeah, I mean, for me, Leo, that's a tough question. Obviously, I'm super close to the situation. I support Kane as a friend and as a peer. I know a lot more of what he was going through, mentally and dealing with in that situation and with some of the associations. And that's what sucks, really. A lot of people don't, they don't know what maybe he had to deal with in that moment. And, but he did what he needed to do. And nobody here and on this show, certainly, or in the world, should judge him for that, because nobody knows, nobody's walking in his shoes. He loves the sport. He loves the fans. He wants to play. He wants to compete. I know we'll see him again. And, yeah, it's a big part. It's his event. He's won it, 15 times? Pretty amazing. I wouldn't bet against him if he played it tomorrow. So, everybody wants to see, him play. Carlos Keller had an amazing event. He would have played Kane in the semis there. Carlos, an amazing human, great person. And, I'm so happy for him. And then he played a great match with Daniel in the finals. And hey, you know what? A lot of people want to see Kane play Daniel. So you never know. You never know if we'll see that. You never know. You never know.
Saying.
You might see something like that.
Hey, I'm looking at the chat too, and we have running a contest, and it's still not too late to get into it. Sudsy was trying to decide, is it year in review, IN, or is it year end review, END? So I don't know. Type it in the comments.
I just hit backhands and forehands, man.
And we're gonna we're doing a contest, and we're gonna draw a couple names. In fact, it went from 1 to 2 just now. So we'll give away 2 Sudsy Monsic shirts. So leave it in the chat. We're let us know which one you think it is. All right, we got to move forward.
Now you got 3. You got another one though. So go ahead, Leo. Keep going.
All right. Some of these subjects we had shows about. So really quick, I do want to mention that also in October was the KWM Betterment 3-wall ball World Championships at the Strat Hotel in Las Vegas. 406 players. DLR and Alvaro, they won the pro doubles. They beat Geis and Rich. And then Carla Munoz and Michelle De La Rosa won the women's pro doubles. So big shout out to Keith Miner, KWM Gutterman, Mike Coulter, Peggy Tellez, and all their crew. You guys pulled it off. You did it. You got some challenges. Mike Coulter gave us plenty of updates, and I love that. He posted the updates of building the courts, the challenges to finding the resources, the staff, the labor shortages, permits, pandemics. So, hats off to them. So what do you think about the event?
Amazing. You just took the words out of my mouth. Mike Coulter, amazing. He's been doing it indoor and outdoor. Keith Miner, again, I'll get to you later at the end of the show, but we're saying names that just keep our sport going, Leo, and make things happen that are super important to the excitement, the energy, the engagement. And but again, Mike Coulter, you've been around for well over 20 years doing things indoor and outdoor. You pulled it off. Absolutely spectacular in Vegas. And Leo, I'll tell you this, actually, like a week before that event, they were close to, they were having some political government issues locally. And Mike Coulter might have had to call in a favor or two from some old school Vegas guys. And they pulled that event off. So MC, way to be, good job. Great job. Leo and I both hope to be back in the next one, and we'll see what happens.
All right, let's roll right into November. November was kicking things off with the IRT Arizona Open in Tempe at ASU. Coach Jim Winterton, Frank Tedonio, and all of their crew down there. They hosted. Mario Mercado won his first IRT Pro Singles. Took out DLR in the finals. The LPRT was there. Paola won the singles. She beat Maria Jose Vargas, and then Paola and Alex won the mixed. So, what were your thoughts on that event?
Well, first off, Paola and I were going to play mixed, by the way, for everybody, but I couldn't make it that week. But Alex is a pretty damn good, good fill in there. So good job. Yeah, they played.
Lucky
great.
Alex.
No surprise to me at all. There, two amazing champions. Arizona, great job having that event. At ASU and the whole crew down there. Super important to make it happen. I love the mix. I love the mix, Leo. I love having the men, the women together. It's a great idea. I would personally look to go that direction. I would like to, for racquetball's sake, I would love to see, even if we went down to only 4 or 5 events a year, but they would combine men's pro, women's pro, mixed doubles. I'd be fine with that versus scattered around 6 or 7. Like that would be cool. That would, gain interest. You have something consistent. I would like to see that. I'm working on a few things. Ideally, I'd like to do we'll talk about it, I know, but our February event, we're going to do the ladies Saturday night final. I'd like to take a day off and then do a 3-day men's. I only have 2 courts. So you know what that's like. Not easy when you only have 2 courts to get things done. There won't be any amateur events. We'll talk about that later. But, I think it's great. I love seeing the mix of the men and the women at the pro stops. And if it was up to us and somebody was writing us the check, I know we would allocate it and fund it in a different way, I think, than sometimes what we see. But I would certainly try to combine the pro tours and have them there together as much as possible.
Yeah, sounds like Pablo and TJ will be having a Zoom call soon. All right, let's move right into our next event, which was the 2021 Sarasota Open, provided by Team Dovetail. Mike Kinkin, huge supporter of racquetball. Conrado Moscoso took out Lalo Portillo in the singles. This was Conrado's second IRT singles pro title, because some people may have forgotten that Conrado won his first one over in Bolivia. He took out Rocky in the finals of that. So big shout out to Mike Kinkin and Team Dovetail for working with the IRT and putting that event together. I know you were there for it, right? Did you go by there?
No, I wasn't. We were actually out of town, Veronica and I, so we couldn't make it. But yeah, Conrado winning doesn't surprise me. Anybody in the know, Kane, we've talked about it. He's probably has the second most talented, natural talents and weapons of any player in the sport. And if he puts it all together, Conrado could be top 2 or 3 in the world, no doubt about it, depending on, where Kane's at and what he's doing at the time.
Rocky and Lalo won the pro dubs.
That was cool.
They beat Conrado cool. And Carlos Keller.
Yeah, that was actually more surprising to me than Conrado winning. No offense to Rocky or Lalo. That's fantastic. But good job there. And you got Rocky, the veteran. You got Lalo, young and trying to make things happen. Team Dovetail. I can't not say that. Mike, I know he takes pride in his Team Dovetail. So we'll see what they do in Atlanta. Yeah, we'll see what they do in Atlanta. Let's see, right?
Let's move over really quick to the LPRT. They had an event. They did the turkey shoot. They did it in Lombard at the glass court. They're also huge supporters of both tours. Paola went in there and did her thing again. She won the singles over Alexandra Herrera, and then she won the doubles with her partner Samantha, and they took out Natalia and Valeria, who made it to the finals. Did you watch any of that? Were you there?
Yeah, we were there. Veronica played. She lost to Paola in the 16s. Jeff Peters and Dan Jasker, they do an amazing job out there. The whole Illinois crew, it was awesome. Great event again. Thank you, Jeff and crew, for having us out there. Jeff, hope all is well, and your health is doing okay. And Veronica and Maria Vargas lost to Choka, Natalia Mendez. I'm sorry, Natalia Mendez is Choka. Natalia Mendez and Valeria, they played great. But Chicago, it was a good event. Alexandra played fantastic. And she battled with Paola in the finals. So it was, whoa, what's going on, right? But Paola's Paola. She figured out how to win. and it was a great event. Wasn't as cold as I would have thought. The Windy City.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully next year it'll be warmer. All right. So before we bring in our guests, I do want to mention November. A couple of things that happened in November. I don't want to somber the mood up too much because we got some exciting things coming up. But November was when we learned about a couple of players that we lost. A couple racquetball players. We learned the passing of Lori Jane Powell, Pan American champion and a member of Team Canada. And we also learned about the passing of Charlie Garfinkel, the Gar, one of the godfathers of racquetball, an amazing player back in the 60s and 70s. So just for one quick second, I'd just like to take a moment of silence for those two people. Suds, any thoughts on those players? I know you know them.
Yeah, Lori Jane, from Canada. I know her. Veronica remembers her well. And, she was one of those players that was just always smiling, always nice. And, always commenting. Today with social media, you kind of see the people that like posts or comment. And we didn't speak much, but she would always like something and comment something. And she, jumped out. It was quite shocking. I had text Evan over at the Racquetball blog right away. And, it was sucky, and that's what happens in life. Things happen and it's never easy, but Lori Jane and her family, Racquetball is thinking of you, always was thinking of you. And the Gar, man, I know the Gar from way back when. Leo, this is a story. He wrote an article in Racquetball magazine many, many years ago, true story. And he was talking about a young 9-year-old kid from New York. And he said, this kid's going to be good. But he said, and I quote, he has the mouth of a longshoreman. And this was in the article. And at the time, he was talking about me. He said, Sudsy Munchik, he's 9 years old. This kid's going to be good. Watch him. He's got this bowl haircut and freckles. And Charlie the Gar wrote that. He wrote the mouth of a longshoreman. I got in trouble. For that because my parents thought I was a round person. Do you know that years later, he apologized to me. And he said that I was talking about you and your abilities, but the shoreman part was Jason, because Jason and I were always together. We were always in, one. So if I said hi, Jason might have said, what's up, F and Leo, right behind, but not in a bad way. It's just growing up in New York. And that's a true story. He, the Gar, man, big guy and loved the sport, smart. And New York had a lot of good players and the Gar was one of them. So.
Well, we love you, Lori Jane and Charlie. All right. So we roll into December, and December was a big month. And I don't want to keep our guests waiting any longer, but December, we saw the first of its kind in the sport. It was called Court Wars. And it was the Williams and Accounting and Consulting Court Wars. It was at the Bay Club in Pleasanton, California. It was a pay-per-view event only. Here's what I loved about it, really quick. And then we're going to bring in our guest who's going to tell us all the wonderful things about it. But I loved the hype. I like the pre-press conferences. I love the commercials. I love Tato and Nikhil's interview. It seems like they did all these cool things to build the event up. And then the day of the event, they brought it in, they streamed it, they did pay-per-view. And who better more than to tell us about Court Wars than Erica Mania. Hi, Erica.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Thanks for waiting. I'm sorry we made you wait in the waiting room so long because we were getting towards our year. And so I wanted to bring you in and let you tell us about, first of all, Court Wars.
Yeah, Court Wars is an incredible event. I mean, my brother, Bobby, and everyone behind the scenes, it was not easy to say the least, but we just wanted to bring something different. I mean, everyone in racquetball is saying how they wanted something new, so we brought in kind of the millennial portion, Gen Z of it a little bit to add in the marketing, add in a videographer, photographer, and just hype it up more.
You did we'll kind of start from the beginning. So you started promoting it, and then you made it kind of like a build-up secret, like you released the first match and then the second match and the third match. Who kind of came up with some of those things that you guys did to market it?
Truthfully, I wish I could take credit, but it was all my brother.
Nice.
Definitely. The way that the event came to be was Adam and Bobby were watching fighting. What's it called?
UFC.
Yeah, was watching UFC. Thank you. And pretty much they were just like, why aren't we doing this for racquetball? And so then it kind of just came around, and it was funny because we were texting for probably about 3 weeks, like saying, what should the name of it be? And we're like, battle court, battle something, the war of a court or something. And then all of a sudden Court Wars came, and now when it's here, it's like, why did we never, like, that's the one, you know? And so it's funny, from it being a name to the belts to sponsors to the stadium seating to kind of just everything. It just got super exciting and came together, and we wanted to give everyone something. We wanted it to be hyped up, and we wanted to treat the players like they're professional athletes and treat them like the rest of all the sports, but then also not to just focus on the players, because we're players, so we know how that should happen, but then to also make it about the fans, not just about us. And part of that is promoting all of the players, showing the background stories, showing why they got to where they are at. And that was the whole point of the press conferences. That was the whole point of waiting every single week, so that every single athlete had 1 week of that's only them. So we had 1 week of Tato and Nikhil. We had 1 week of Mario and Andre, 1 week of every single one. So that way you could hear, and every single athlete got their spotlight, and the fans got to hear about those players.
Yeah, it was well done. I mean, I followed every bit of it. You know, it was really easy to follow on social media. You know, I mean, you guys put it out there, whether it was Facebook or Instagram or websites. Even the matchup between Timmy and Nikhil, when Timmy had to drop out, and you had to get a substitute, and Tato did great. I watched that press conference between him and Nikhil, and I don't even have that many medals. I mean, that was hilarious. So the marketing side, I think you guys knocked it out of the park. I get it. I watched the one with Bobby and Adam talking about, well, there's some things that didn't go right. We couldn't see them, you know, on the outside. I thought you guys did a phenomenal job. I hope you guys keep doing it. I hope we see some really more cool matchups. You actually won. You beat Jessica. Tell us about that.
It was amazing. December 18th was an incredible day for me. I graduated with my master's in business and administration. So about an hour before the match, I was not even an hour, I was turning in my capstone project to my professor.
And my God.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, turned in a long essay pretty much and a couple presentations, and was turning that in, and then trying to like go back out, make sure Adam was good. And then I was like, all right, I had to warm up, put my music in, and then boom, it was absolutely amazing to be able to win the first Court Wars, which was also our event. So it even meant more to me. It was amazing to finish my part of my education that day. So it was just all in all an incredible day that I'll never forget.
How cool was it to win the belt?
Oh my gosh, absolutely amazing. I loved it. Holding it up. I didn't even know how to drape it over myself. Like, that was pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Can you warm up with that in Arizona, Erica? That'd be cool. Just like get in the corner. So
I kind of like that idea. Not gonna lie. Sorry about that.
This is what a lot of fans don't know, right? The Court Wars was so awesome. It was so cool. It was a lot of fun to watch. But this is stuff that people don't know and the fans don't know. Erica, like Daniel, thank you, because I literally texted you about 2 hours ago. And can I be the first to say your hair looks amazing? So whatever you're doing tonight, you did say to me, you said, well, I have an appointment at the salon, and but I'll do my best. So like, thank you to you, Erica, and Racquetball. That's what you're getting. That's what we pro racquetball players do. Is Erica, really, thank you for that. Because I know, getting your hair done, to me, it matters. That stuff is important too. But your hair looks amazing. What are you doing tonight, Erica? What do you got going on?
I'm kind of in between. I'm either like, let's hang out.
You look ready to go. You look ready.
His options.
A little bit of both.
She's got options.
Lunch right now. But it's either going to be one of two things. I'm either going to play board games and cook dinner tonight and have a fantastic night, or I'm going to go out and dance and go country dancing, probably, maybe. Yeah, I want to dance. So either dance or I'm going to play board games. I have no idea which one I'm going to do.
Well, I mean, you have options. Options are good. I say it's early, right? So let's go board games early, and then let's go get out and go dancing and have a beverage or 4. Whatever works.
I love it. All I know is I have to get up and lift tomorrow. So whatever happens, either way, tomorrow morning.
All right, well, Erica, this is Leo. Sorry, another surprise, right? Like we're going to do some awards when we let you go, the Beyond the Court Wars awards. And I just want to tell you that I have you personally as one of the most improved players in the sport of racquetball in the entire world. So congratulations, because you are one of Beyond the Court's most improved players. I don't know what we're going to send you, whether it's a Bentley or I don't know, maybe an Amazon gift card. I'm not sure.
Can I get another belt?
I don't know. You guys did amazing with those belts. What are your plans with the Court Wars? What's the plan? I mean, you don't have to tell us everything, but I know you're going to look to do more.
Definitely. We're planning definitely doing another one next year. We would love to do 2 coming up this next year. And it's exciting because we always want to say we wish we were better prepared, but you don't know what to prepare for until you know what to prepare for. So we're super excited that we know way more than what we did when we started, but we launched it. So for this next year, I mean, it's going to be more marketing. It's going to be better advertising. It's going to be better production. And hopefully we can get more in-person people there, because I know that was a one as well. And I mean, just everything that we wanted to do a little bit better on, it's going to be better. And that's the nice thing about all of us being athletes is we're not done till it's done and it's done right. And we're not scared to put the work in. So next Court Wars, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have the call outs. We're going to have the athletes, and it's going to be something. If you missed it the first time, I'm sure you're upset you missed it, and you're not going to want to miss the second one. So
what would you feel about a Court Wars between you and Paola?
I love it. Absolutely love it. And so all I know is Court Wars is my court now. So whoever wants it, come get it.
I like it. Also, how does it feel to be part of Team USA and be a world champion? Tell us about that really quick.
Definitely. Team USA is the reason that I play racquetball. And I have not been able to represent Team USA on my back for 5 years. I'm in juniors. And it just literally brings chills just thinking about it right now. It's just because when we play racquetball, we normally play for ourselves, right? It's ourselves or a doubles team, and that's about it. But when you have USA on your back, you're competing for so much more. And there's so much more meaning behind it. Not only having a team, but then having the best country in the world's nation letters on your back. The support from the US was absolutely insane. And I truly think it brought us together, which was incredible. To hear the chant USA, to hear people cheering, to wear the red, white, and blue on the stadium, to be able to hold the cup with my teammates all being around me. It was just, it's indescribable what it's like to compete for your country. And Suds, you know what that feels like. And to be part of a team, I mean, I'm still talking to every single one of my teammates every week. And so it's just because we have that connection. And I still talk to the players that I played with when I was 7 years old and on Team USA. So it's just one of those things where they're friends for a lifetime, they're family, and that's why I compete.
Did you know that Mexico had won 7 straight team world titles?
I did not, and I'm sorry, Mexico, but I'm so thankful that we are back on top because let's be real, So I'm just so happy. But
so do you have any thoughts on that?
Erica, before we let you go, you played amazing this year. Really, you are one of the most improved players. You work your ass off. It's obvious. Veronica points that out. You're really doing a lot of good for USA women's racquetball, and I don't know if people know that. It's been a while since Rhonda and Cheryl Godinez were really at the top of the racquetball world, and now here comes you and Kelani, and Rhonda's still there. And, that means a lot. And it's super important. And what you and Adam are doing with Court Wars and Mania Athletics, you guys are doing great. It's so important for racquetball. You're staying in there, you're staying strong, you're staying focused. I know I appreciate it personally. I'm sure the world of racquetball appreciates it. I bought my ticket to Court Wars. I'll continue to support it. We were watching, Veronica and I watched every single match. It was great. And we appreciate that. So, thank you, Erica. It's great that you have options. The hair looks great. The nails are done. They look good. Have an amazing, amazing new year. And, with that, we'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you the beginning of February as we both go out to get back on Team USA.
Definitely. I'll see you in February. And thanks for having me. And thank you to everyone watching and supporting us as we're on this journey. And so I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone.
Bye. Thanks. Thank you.
That's pretty cool. World champ.
That was pretty
Most
cool.
people don't know that. Part of the Team USA.
It was so cool, Leo, because nobody knows, like we put the show together, yourself. Scotty, come in here whenever you want. We got to bring Scotty Mack in, Leo. But,
we're in today December. Make him come in here and chat with us.
What's up?
There he is.
We put this show on today, the three of us. We have a little group. And I said, guys, what do you think about a show today to do a quick year-end review? And both of you immediately, let's do it. I text Erica and Daniel, and immediately they were all for it. So, it's exciting to be part of this. Scotty, hey, man.
Hey, what's up, guys?
This doesn't happen without you, man. Thank you.
Cheers. You guys are the face of it. I gotta push the buttons and make sure that things look good and sound good. So
you can swap roles anytime you want. I'm good at pushing buttons.
I appreciate that. Maybe someday.
Different types of buttons. Leo, let's with Scotty here. Let's go over our Beyond the Court awards. What do we have in store? Are you done with December, first of all? Court Wars was great. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Court Wars was awesome, but I just want to, and we kind of talked about a little bit of it with Erica, but the IRF had the World Championships in Guatemala City, Guatemala. Paola Longoria won the women's singles. She beat Kehlani Lawrence in the finals. That was kind of surprise for some. Kehlani had the tournament of her life. She played amazing. And then, of course, Paola won the doubles with Samantha. And they took out Erica and Rhonda. That was a big match for Erica and Rhonda also to make it to the finals. And I think that was also part of them, contributing to that overall team title that Team USA won. Alex, your hermano Alex Landa won the singles. He beat Andreas Acuna. And then Javier Mar, Rodrigo Montoya won the doubles. They beat Conrado and Roland. So did you watch as much of that as you could?
Yeah, we did. I watched every one of Alex's matches. We were in constant contact, and he really wanted that one. I figured, I thought, no offense, Andres Acuna played amazing. He did awesome, but for me, the final was the semifinal of Conrado and Alex. It was a really good match, and he got it done. He wanted that. He's been going through some things personally. And he made it happen. Scotty, did you watch any of that? Because, you ref these guys all the time. Do you see any differences, like when they play internationally versus when they play on the Pro Tour?
Good question.
That is a good question. Not really. I watched a little bit of the stream. It seems like it's, I personally don't notice a lot of difference between the two. Looks like we lost Sudsy there. So yeah, I can't say that there's like any obvious differences. I think the rules are slightly different for IRF, but I'm not sure that actually translates to the players playing differently, honestly.
All right. You lost me for a second, by the way. Sorry, because my battery went down to 10%. So let's go, Leo.
We'll be on time.
We gotta get moving here.
Okay. And then the last thing in December was the LPRT Christmas Classic. Pro-Am in Maryland, and of course Paola won the singles. She beat her doubles partner Maria Jose Vargas, and then her Maria Jose Vargas teamed up and won the doubles over Alexandra Herrera and Montse Mejia. So Paola finishing up strong again there in Maryland. We talked about the Court Wars, and that's it. That's all of 2021.
And that's why Paola is our female Beyond the Court Athlete of the Year. That's unanimous between the three of us. And then we have a kind of a dual Player of the Year on the male side. That's Daniel and Alex. You both deserve it. Absolutely amazing. So, with that, I think we got to close out the year, gentlemen. What do you think?
Let's close out the
Sounds
year.
good.
I want to remind everybody, since we don't know exactly how soon we'll have our next broadcast up, but for 2022, we're going to start out hot. We've already mentioned it a couple times. We're going to start out with the IRT 2022 Savant Consulting Grand Slam at the Rec ATL, Wilburn, Georgia. That'll be January the 20th and the 23rd, 23rd to 23rd. And then don't forget, in February, we'll go right into the National Doubles. It's that first week So information's already out. USAR National Doubles February 2nd through the 6th. That's going to be in Tempe, Arizona at ASU. And then your event, Suds, LPRT Vero Beach Open at the Vero Fitness in Vero Beach, Florida, February 17th, 18th, and 19th. So
Saturday night final, baby.
Boom.
But I got to first go win that national doubles title with Alex again in Arizona. We're focused on that.
You're going to have a busy February.
Yeah, I am, but that's all right. It's fun. It's fun.
But
Racquetball.
That's all I've got for the year-end in review. I know you're going to give out some
Leo,
thank yous, but
yeah, real
ahead.
quick before we let you go, Leo, are you going to be doing the stream for USA Racquetball as we continue on?
Wow, an update from me. Wow. So for those of you, that know me, I have been playing a little bit more pickleball, but I still love racquetball. I'm an RMC for head racquetball, very involved. I'll be doing more with head. In fact, I actually already am working for head. So I'm not going anywhere in racquetball. I will not be doing the live streaming this year, just because my work with head is taking me in a different direction. I'm working very close with Fran Davis. As most of you know, Ben Simons and Doug Ganem retired from head pen. So Fran has been vaulted into this position. So I've been working very close with Fran. I love it. They keep me super busy. And so with that happening on the horizon for me, I just felt like it was time for someone else to take the live streaming over. I love doing it. I already know I'm gonna miss it. Jason Thorner and I started it to save the association a lot of money every year that we were paying a for-profit company. So I've been doing it for the last 6 years, I guess, and I loved every second of it. I'm sure that USA Racquetball will find somebody to take it over and just make it even better. And I hope they continue some of the things that I know I was super proud of, which was, streaming 2 courts, doing the post-match interviews. Those are so important to me, and letting players commentate. I think that is huge. When you get the kids involved, when you get the players involved, let them come and sit down and let them talk. So no, thanks for asking, Suds. Like I said, it's time for someone else to take that thing and run with it. Same thing. They got a nice blueprint. They have all the equipment. Everything's there. I'm still going to be at National Doubles. I'll just be there with head.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, you've done an amazing job, and it hasn't gone unnoticed, as many know. And I say thank you on behalf of Racquetball. But I know we'll be seeing you, and you'll still be part of it. So that's important, and we'll be doing beyond the court. Scotty Mack.
What's up?
What's up with Scotty Mack?
A lot of people know you as the head ref of the IRT. What they don't know is how much you actually do behind the scenes, how much you love racquetball, how much we've worked together doing things, our friendship, how it's grown. But I think you're super vital to the IRT and what you bring there. And sometimes, quite frankly, I think you're underused. But that's just my opinion. What's your future? Are you going to be continuing on with the IRT? Are you still going to be the head ref? Are you going to be as involved? Are you going to be playing? What do you see for you 2022?
Yeah, so I'm up to about 5 years being the head referee for the tour. I've been playing on the tour a bit longer than that. I think, honestly, it's hard to see with future, with other life commitments and things, what could take off there. I still love the sport, still love playing, still love the community around it, love seeing all the people. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be doing reffing, how much longer I'll be playing on the tour actively, but I know that I want to keep the sport around me. It's brought me a lot of great things in life, including our friendship, Sudsy, and our working relationship. And so, yeah, it's like I definitely want to keep in touch with what's going on with the sport. I know there's been a lot of leadership changes and things within the IRT. So I would love to help more with that and be more involved in that regard. Again, it just depends on life commitments and things going on for me. So appreciate the question.
Well, at this point, I think it's time to say Happy New Year and get moving. But before we do that, I have a couple of special thanks and shout outs, so to speak. So, first off, Real quick, Mike Kinkin at Dovetail, thank you for stepping up and being part of the LPRT event. Mike and Karen Grizz also, Mike Grizz, I know, you've been a loyal friend over the last year or so. I appreciate what you and Karen have done and also being part of that LPRT event. That's super important. Sal and Dee Perconti, you guys are just amazing. Happy anniversary. Much love to both of you. You're always in the corner. And Keith Miner, not enough can be said. KWM, you're involved in so many things that people see and don't see. And I really appreciate that personally. So does Veronica and many others in the sport. Carlos Cabrera, you're more behind the scenes. A lot of people don't realize what you do to assist, but thank you for everything you do and continue to do. Leo, you and I know Randy Root, man. Not enough thank yous to say it to him. Not enough languages to say thank you to you, Randy Root, for what you've done for racquetball. For many of us personally, we appreciate that. A lot of this without you doesn't happen. Mike, sorry, I lost you for a second. Sorry about that, guys. Lost you. The battery's about to go. Mike Courier, Performance Chemicals. Again, a lot of stuff that I do personally and a lot of things that go on in racquetball don't happen without you. So thank you for that. Jonathan Clay over at Rollout, you've been a big supporter. We appreciate that. The athletes I coach and train all over the country, all over the world. Thank you so much. I look forward to it. Have some new athletes coming in, which you guys will see in February. You'll be surprised, Leo. Maybe a good player that won the most money last year in a women's event going to be coming to Florida to train with myself and Veronica Maria Vargas. So that'll be a lot of fun. Scotty Mack, I know, is going to make a cameo in Florida at some point. Come hang out with us. So all you athletes, Alex, Melissa, George, and Amy, thank you. I appreciate it. Leo, thank you for stepping up. Ellie moved on and he's doing some other things. We speak every day. I spoke to Ellie earlier and, he's just busy. He's busy with life. But Leo, thank you. You love racquetball and you're part of Beyond the Court now. I appreciate that. And that's super important, so thank you. Kane and Alex, both of you. You mean so much to me. You're a huge part of our life, my life, racquetball on the court, off the court. We share special relationships, whether it be on and off. It's ultimately both. Love you guys. All right. Thank you. Scotty Mack, man, Beyond the Court didn't happen without you. Whether it's my show, your show, his show, her show, it's our show. And Beyond the Court is super important. I think it's important for the racquetball world. It's something that, we thought about it and you contacted me, and a lot of people don't know this. You contacted me when you saw me talking about it and said, what can I do to help? And that does not go unappreciated. Our relationship has grown so much, because of that. And I am so grateful to have you as a friend. And thank you so much for everything you do, because it's not for me. It's actually for the sport. So
yeah, cheers. Yeah, I know we conceived the show to kind of surface conversations across the sport. The sport was pretty splintered. We weren't seeing important stories getting talked about, all sides of it, all different stories. So I hope we've been able to do that for our viewers, and hope that we'll continue to be able to do that.
We will, and thank you again, because you facilitate this. It's not happening. Ellie, love you, buddy. Thank you. Miss you. You were part of Beyond the Court from the start. Veronica, I love you. You are my everything. Without you, I'm not even in racquetball. So, Leo?
Before we go, I'm going to do it really fast. I want to thank the people that are commenting and logging in. Doug, Jerry, Conrad, Gene Fry, Ron, Tom, Noel, Callahan, Kane's mother, Dee is watching. My mom is in here. Hi, Mom. Vero, Tom, Leon, Amir, Rick, Sean, Robbie Partovich, Leon Rivera, Bradley Rogers, Brett Johnson, Rosendo, Frank Peter, Israel Torres, Raymond Bierner, Anthony Chuckles Anthony. I love your name, by the way. Cyrus Chimey, and Daniel Garbarini?
Cyrus Chinoy. Cyrus Chinoy. Cyrus is a regular at the Experience. Hey, everybody, we love you. A player I can't forget. Maria Vargas, too. thank you for trusting Veronica and I and becoming so close and friends. We love, working with you. We look forward to continue doing that. Al Schaff in New Orleans. Hey, everybody, have an amazing new year. Be healthy, be safe, be smart. Keep playing racquetball. We love you. You're the fans. You keep us going. We're going to keep going. And we will see you in 2022. All right? See you later, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.